Jumping in the bed, then I switch to the ghost like, who's you? Remember this face, cause I'm that you gon' lose to. Dripping in ice, you looking at you. It's squad goals win. Are you pretty like no, no?
I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to 100, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a vision, jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth, man, who's you? My shot.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Who said the crowds wouldn't embrace football being back in L.A.? You certainly couldn't tell that by what we saw a few moments ago. These folks are pumped up as their Rams get set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks.
Play time, guys. Let's go.
Now a man who played collegiately here in the Golden State, Rashad Penny. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Go, 14.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Penny, a first down carry. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Buying time to his left. And this is caught at the 8. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, a 22. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. They'll try and run forward with Penny. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Ndamukong Suh getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. To throw is Wilson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big run there by Gurley. 68 yards on the ground. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Now a play fake here on 1st down. That is caught at the 7. But he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective.
And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. Jared Goff taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Rams are going to take a first quarter lead.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. From midfield now, here's Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football. Now Wilson on 1st down. Now he's forced out right. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On second down, Wilson. They'll lock him with a grab over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Wilson to lock it there for the Seahawk first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. His throw incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's second down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talked about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. Third and goal. Here's Penny. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
They might think about going for it here, but it's still just the second quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the defense you believe in them, and let them get the ball back for you.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. A little break here after the incompletion. Let's give the kickers from Week 5 some love. We had 4 game-winning kicks. Greg Joseph of the Browns, they beat the Ravens. Stephen Hauschka, the Bills, over the Titans. Fairbairn and OT against the Cowboys. And the best of the best, the game that you did, Charles, Graham Gano. How about that 63-yarder for the win?
Yeah, and it might have been good up to 70. But let's go back to Fairbairn in overtime against the Cowboys. You didn't want to do his first name? You didn't want to say
Kaimi.
There you go. I kind of figured you knew it. But how about Mason Crosby, though, Green Bay? No one could have had a worse day. Had to have been the worst day of his 12-year career. Missed 4 field goals and an extra point before making a meaningless field goal at the end of the ball game. That's something Green Bay's going to have to make sure they get corrected. I count on Mason Crosby to get that done. But last but not least, real quick.
Yeah,
that kick
Greg Joseph. That was a Phil Necro knuckleball.
Should it have even counted?
Yeah, it should have counted. And the Browns, I feel like they deserve that after some of the tough luck they've had.
Good point.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Goff. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Goff on first down. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 yards there, down to the 18 and a first down.
Hey, 76.
From the red zone now, Goff. That is caught inside the 5. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. While we have a second on that incompletion, we got to talk about Linval Joseph. 64-yard interception return for a touchdown, and then you saw him on the sideline with the glasses and the oxygen mask after.
Yeah, when you're talking about lugging not just a football, but probably about 350 pounds down the sideline and scoring. But how about the contrast? Marcus May, the defensive back for the New York Jets, he gets a pick in the end zone, brings it all the way back, moves the last play of the game. And Cortland Sutton, the rookie out of SMU for Denver, knocks him out of bounds before he can score. 104 yards and no touchdown. Linval Joseph at least got the touchdown to earn the oxygen and the shade.
Well, when he was going down the field, he was in Philly. I was in Atlanta. My couch was shaking. No question. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by John Johnson. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. He was looking for Daniels that time. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Goff. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Finding room to the 20. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Steps away to his left. Going for it all. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Wilson will throw again. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Well, earlier we were discussing Jared Goff, and, some people thought he's going to be a bust coming into his second year. Now the Rams 5-0. They're also, Charles, the 5th team ever to score 30 or more points in each of their first 5 games. All wins, by the way.
Yeah, their offense is so high-powered, and they come at you from so many different angles, so many different directions. A young quarterback that we keep saying needs snaps, needs experience. He's grown up by leaps and bounds. And, of course, he's got Todd Gurley in the backfield. He can hand it to him, throw it to him. And a myriad, a plethora of talented wide receivers, to me, led by Brandon Cooks.
And the Rams now coming out on the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
12.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit, because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's the first catch of the game for Kupp, and he's got a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Here's Goff. Flushed out right. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for L.A. 48 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down.
Almost want to go Shakespeare here. My kingdom for a yard. Quarterback sneak, nothing doing.
Better be careful. Shakespeare might sue you.
Yeah, he might come get me, right? Good luck with that.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Todd Gurley taking it in from a yard out. And the Rams add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Aaron Donald able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Wilson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 5 out of that quick slant, but that's good enough for a first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. On the crossing route, complete. That's Baldwin. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 10 more there and another first down. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Allow me to sidestep for a second after that incompletion, CD. Let's talk about the rookie quarterbacks, because just last week we were talking about them going 0-4. But this past weekend, 4-0 for the rookie QBs.
Remember that seesaw we used to jump on when we were kids? You're up, you're down. But this week, they are way up. Sam Darnold and the Jets take out the Broncos. Baker Mayfield and his...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Brandon Cooks. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams add on to their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Over the middle, Jerron Brown's got it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Matt Longacre in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Play action. It's Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Back now in Los Angeles. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. John Johnson with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Here we go, guys. Here we go. We're good.
After the interception, here's Goff. And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Returnable for Lockett. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory.
Tempo.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to air this out for Baldwin. He's got a man. Complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 36 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Now Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. And he knocks it through. Out to kick is Janikowski. This will be taken very short. And they will be backed up deep as they'll have to start the drive from the 6-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Rams on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Gone. And he takes a shot on the release. he says this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Dancing to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by John Johnson, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The Rams on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun. Goff dumps it off to Gurley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.